Haunted castles. Every place has its own folklore that can't be changed, and among this heritage come the legends or tales passed down about ghosts and spirits. The nature of these spirits may vary depending on the culture, but in the end, they are still spirits. Listening to these stories can either cause fear or disbelief. This time, we have gathered for you some of the strangest legends and tales of ghosts and spirits from European castles, with stories dating back 1,000 years or less. A report by the German newspaper, Bild. The German newspaper, Bild, published a report about some castles across Europe, which were historically known for being haunted by ghosts and tormented souls. It is said that many people were killed in these castles, and according to local tales, their spirits continue to haunt the living. Today, we'll talk about some of these castles. Château de Castle in France. If you stand before Château de Castle in France at sunrise, you will see an indescribable, magical sight, a beautiful and romantic castle that takes you back to a grand historical scene. The legend says that years ago, a prince named Jacques de Brézé lived in this castle and suspected that his wife Charlotte was cheating on him with her brother, Pierre de Laverne. In a moment of rage, Prince Jacques killed his wife and her lover, and the story passed down suggests that their screams can still be heard in the castle to this day. Musham Castle in Austria. Musham Castle sits atop a high hill near Salzburg, Austria. Although its exterior looks like it was built just a few years ago, the castle was actually constructed in 1191 AD. Between 1675 and 1690, the castle witnessed a series of terrifying murders, especially during the witch hunts when thousands of women were tortured and executed on charges of witchcraft. It is said that anyone attempting to film inside the castle experiences strange occurrences, such as equipment disappearing and reappearing, and bloodstains appearing on the walls. Ojkow Castle in Poland. The castle was built between 1350 and 1390 and was initially used for military purposes before being converted into a prison. According to legend, in 1806, a village near the castle was devastated by a fire, and a woman named Barbara Sudnik, known for practicing witchcraft, was blamed. She was imprisoned in the castle and subjected to extreme torture until she died while pregnant. Since then, it is said that Barbara's ghost haunts the castle's dungeon, and anyone who enters the dungeon disappears. Bled Castle in Slovenia. In the 13th century, Bled Castle was built over a cave bearing the same name as the city to serve as a stronghold. It is said that Emperor Frederick III committed a brutal murder inside the castle, transforming it from a historical landmark into a haunted place. The legend states that the ghost of Count Erasmus, who was the emperor's private minister, appears in the castle at night. Leap Castle in Ireland. Leap Castle in Ireland was built about 800 years ago, and during renovations, 200 hidden torture rooms were discovered beneath the castle, along with hundreds of skeletons. According to the legends, there is a ghost of a little girl named Emily, who is said to have jumped from one of the castle's towers. Another tale speaks of a red lady who appears with a frightening red complexion, holding a knife. Hauska Castle in the Czech Republic. In the 14th century, a massive pit was discovered in the Czech Republic, believed to be a gateway to the underworld. A large castle was built over the pit to keep the demons trapped inside. However, legend says that the demons have been flying around the castle ever since. Bran Castle in Romania. This castle was the filming location for the famous movie, Interview with the Vampire, starring Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. It is considered one of the most famous castles associated with the Dracula legend. Although the real Dracula never lived there, other legends say that the castle was owned by a princess named Maria, whose ghost is said to appear in the castle. Beauregard Castle in Denmark. King Frederick II gifted the castle to Princess Ingrid Skeel, who was so enchanted by its beauty that she killed the architect who designed it and buried him under the castle to keep its design unique. It is said that the architect's ghost still appears in the castle to this day. The legends continue. Despite the passage of time, these legends continue to be passed down from generation to generation, with some insisting that these are not just myths, but real events, and that the castles are truly haunted by spirits and demons.